Well, I think while Zionists claim to speak on behalf of all Jews, unfortunately in many circles that Zionist narrative has really spilled out to non-Jews and to non-Zionists, where they start equating Judaism with Zionism and equating Judaism with the Israeli occupation. But we know, from my experience at least, that there are many Jews, many righteous Jews who are against the Israeli occupation, who are against racism, against apartheid, and against what the Israeli government is doing and what the Zionists are doing to the Palestinian population in Palestine. And I think the Naturi Karta movement is in the forefront of fighting that fight against injustice and against Zionism, again against apartheid, against the occupation in Palestine. And I think the rabbis here are doing a tremendous job with a lot of challenges. I know with a lot of challenges to their safety and to their security. I know they've been threatened by the Zionists. I know their family have been threatened, but they are so steadfast on the righteous path of opposing Zionism and opposing racism, opposing apartheid. And I salute them because I've seen the fruit of their work. I've seen what they have done and their commitment throughout. I mean, snow, rain, sleet, or hot weather, they're always there in the forefront to speak the truth, to demonstrate, to express their views against racism, against Zionism, against the Israeli occupation. And I think this is a testament to what righteous Jews are doing in many circles, not only with Naturi Karta, but primarily Naturi Karta. And I really salute them, I salute their work, and I salute them. I think in some Palestinian, some Arab circles, unfortunately, we have fallen into the trap of the Zionist narrative that Zionism represents all of Judaism and all of Judaism is really Zionism. So falling to that trap, you'll find some of the Arabs sometimes using the terms Zionist and Jews interchangeably when we know they're not the same. We know we were taught from young age that our problem is not with Judaism, our problem is with Zionism. But I think because that narrative, that Zionist narrative is so overwhelming and so prevailing that you'll find some of the Arabs started to fall into the trap of the Zionist narrative. And I think, I know that for sure, for a fact, that we fight that trend. We fight that, or we resist that for our children and throughout our community to say, well, really the problem is with Zionism, the problem is with racism, the problem is with apartheid, and the problem is with occupation. Judaism, if it was the Chinese who come and occupy Palestine, we would be fighting the Chinese. So it is for us to adopt the Zionist narrative, I think, is an insult to our cause, and we need to be careful about that. I know it is not a prevailing problem in the Arab and Muslim and Palestinian community, but I think any amount of it using the terms Zionism and Judaism interchangeably is wrong. I think Naturi Karta has been really in the forefront in the fight against first of all, equating Judaism with Zionism. That is one. The other is that you guys are so persistent and so consistent in that fight that so many people started to kind of almost be embarrassed to do that equating between Zionism and Judaism, as little as it happens. And I think your perseverance, your persistence, I think is really admirable in terms of trying to educate people that yes, I am a Jew. You can never mistake Rabbi Weiss for a Jew. I mean, you know, for sure, for a religious Jew, for a committed Jew. But then you are wearing the Palestinian flag, you're wearing the kufiya, and you're outspoken against Zionism, against racism, against apartheid, and against the Israeli occupation. And I think that is what's changing that stereotypical view.
So do you think that in that manner, this persistence or whatever takes away the hate, mistrust of Jews in the Arab world?
Yeah, without a doubt. I think it takes. I think, yeah, it does. I mean, there is hostility because Israel is calling itself the homeland of the Jews, or the Jewish homeland. So for the Arabs to kind of be more open-minded than what Israel is trying to claim to be closed-minded, it is a big challenge. So what I'm trying to say is that for a Palestinian or for an Arab or for a Muslim to really separate Judaism from Zionism or Judaism from Israel is really difficult because of the overwhelming narrative that is being poured throughout all different medias or media that wanted to equate so desperately, equate Judaism with Zionism. You know, Zionism is, as you know, is secularist, is non-Jewish. It really is, you call it probably blasphemous almost.
Exactly, a radical movement.
So if you take away from Zionism the Jewish claim, Zionism will crumble immediately. So I can understand that to them it is a life or a death matter to fight you and to fight your claim, your narrative, your attempt to reclaim Judaism for what it is, as a religious practice, as a religious belief, not a political movement that seeks to isolate others and to oppress others or to colonize their land. So it is a big challenge for it. You know, I mean, I see on Facebook and different social media and in conversations where a picture of you guys, and particularly you, Rabbi Weiss, and your colleagues, wherever there's a picture, it is being resent. It is shared frequently to talk about how people are really impressed by what you do. You see here at the MAS-ICNA convention how you are. People wanted to take pictures with you, and people wanted to come and say hello and shake hands. So to them, it is like a breath of fresh air. That I'm so glad that there are Jews, real Jews who are committed, very solid Jews who are against apartheid, against racism, against colonization, and against occupation of Palestine. And I think definitely you guys' success with the Arab, the Muslim, and Palestinian community, I really think is overwhelming. I think there just need to be more of you. That's the only thing.
Thank you very much.
Indeed, hey, it's a pleasure.